This week, I'll give you a little background story so you know exactly why. This week, my wife was going to make an order on Walmart.com. And she placed the order and then realized that it was being shipped to California. Or like, she goes, oh no. I said, well, give me your tablet. So she gave me your, so I canceled the order, and I got to looking at her account. And it was tied to 3 different addresses and 3 different Crane Burrells. I'm like, what? So I got to looking at our order history, and somebody ordered 36 tubes of Fixodent and charged it to our card. $180 worth of Fixodent. Well, being the guy, you know, instead of just being reasonable and that normal guy and just calling the bank, and I thought, no, I need to, what is this? I looked at the address. I won't tell you the city because I don't want you to hunt them down like I did. So I thought, there's no way. So I looked at the city and I thought, I'm going to see if there's anybody I can find by her name that lives in this city. And I found one. And so I did a little research and did a little hunting, and I thought, I found a picture of this certain someone online. I found their Facebook page. I sent them a friend request. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. We got the same last name. I sent them a message on Messenger. I found out that where they weren't. I called where they weren't. Found somebody that actually knew this individual, and they said, oh, I know them well. I said, did you have them call me? Yes. He said, I'll text her right now. So I said, you know Crane Burrell? She goes, oh yes. She goes, I'll text her right now. I said, she goes, give me your number, give me your email. Cool. So, thinking she did. I thought, I'm gonna see my messenger and see if they saw that message. They blocked me. I was gonna blame it on Walmart. I thought it was a Walmart mistake. It still might have been, but when I'm like, wait, what? I mentioned I was a pastor. You know, I didn't say anything about what it was about. I just thought that the same last name would be like, you know, a little curiosity there. So they blocked me, so I'm like, no. So I called the police department in that city. They said, I told them the whole story. They're like, okay, what you need to do is call your local police department. I said, well, we don't really have a local police department. And they said, well, call 911. I said, 911? I said, will I go to jail for calling 911 when it's not an emergency? They go, no. So I called 911. I told them, they said, where's the address of the emergency? I said, well, it's really not an emergency. And they said, well, what's going on? I told them, and they said, state police. So they forwarded me to state police. I talked to the dispatch there, and the nice lady there, she goes, oh my, yes. She goes, I'm gonna send a trooper to your house. I sent a trooper to my house. Okay, I said all that to just get to this point. I just didn't want you to know, why was there a trooper at your house? I told you why. This trooper was huge. I mean, he's like 6'8". I mean, he was just a monstrous dude. You know, nice guy. Burke was his last name, Officer Burke. So anyways, we did all that. You're gonna be like, why didn't you just tell us this part and kind of tell us? I called Killian. Killian and I, we have this thing about, he calls them, you ever have your like your grandkids that pronounce stuff wrong and you just don't ever want to correct them because they're just so hilarious and cute. Feliciana, for instance, she would always say, she couldn't say sorry. She would say wasi. My wife and I still say wasi to each other. All right, and it was like, why did you ever correct her? I know she's graduating high school this year, but she could still say wasi. Well, Killian doesn't say police, he calls him the Bahyeece. He always called him the Bahyeece. So I called him, I said, hey, put Killian on the phone. He goes, hello? And I said, guess who was in my house? He said, who? I said, the Bahyeece. He goes, the Bahyeece was at your house? I said, yep. He goes, he said, did he take Grandma to jail?
I was like, so I told my wife, he goes, why'd you say me?
Probably because I was the one on the phone and he knew I wasn't in jail. I don't